Of football. Talk about the perfection of soccer, the reason why we love football. Today we got to witness one of the best and most tactically and amazing game that we've watched. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. People talk about how Arsenal needs humbling, but we need to talk about it. Manchester United needed humbling. They thought that they were above the world. They thought that their defense is unbroken. They thought that they have the world's best goalkeeper, De Gea, and they do have. I'm not disagreeing with what I'm saying, with what they're saying, but their fans really needed the humbling that they got, and. Today, Arsenal played one of the best, if not one of the most amazing game that I've ever seen. I was really, really impressed that with the pressure that they were under, with how much people were looking forward to this game. Pep Guardiola was actually watching this game. After the Haaland hat-trick, he was watching this game. And he was waiting to see them fall. He was waiting to see them fall and lose it. And I love the response from Arteta's boys. And talk about Trossard. Talk about Trossard. I'm not an Arsenal fan, and I've always said it that from Liverpool, if I'm to love a team, it will be Arsenal. I was impressed by his debut. The movement, the pass, the movement he did was the creation of the last goal that Nketiah created. And to be honest, the better team won. The team that deserved winning the game really did win because they gave it their all and they played so well. So before we go in, guys, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Football Connect. We are going to talk about Manchester United versus Arsenal. We are going to be talking about how the game was and how Arteta managed to outclass Ten Hag in the tactics. And we need to talk about some things. So let's get into the video. So hello guys, this is Big Match Preview, and we are talking about Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. One of the most amazing games that we have ever witnessed. In fact, I think this week it was the best game that we've watched from both teams, not only one team, because remember the game we watched with Haaland and this, it was only one game, one team. But in this game, we got to see both teams inter-exchanging and putting themselves under attacking and actually trying to create and develop something. And we got to witness one of the best, if not amazing, football. The reason why Arsenal and United are being called one of the best two teams right now in the Premier League, it's because of games like this, where you could see that there was so much in the game. Manchester United were doing so well in terms of holding this team. You have to understand this. Manchester United were doing so well. They were covering the position without the ball. And I think that was very vital to them in terms of how they played the game. They knew that in terms of ball control, passes, and movement, Arteta's boys will be so intact, they will be so perfectly set up to cause havoc to Manchester United. They knew that, and they just had to make sure that their gunmen, the Lisandro Martinez, the Scott McTominay were doing the job of stopping this team from actually getting the last finish. Because, to be honest, most of the game was played in the 18 area of Manchester United. There's no any United fan out there who can come in and say that this is a lie. 90% of the game was played in the 18 area of United. I know it was going as well, and they were trying to use Rashford the speed to hit Arsenal on the counter and try to create something. But the pressure that Arsenal were putting was forcing the strike force of Manchester United to come back and defend. Because I ended up seeing people like Weghorst playing in the 18 area of Manchester United. I ended up seeing Rashford actually playing like a number 3, while Luke Shaw was in the 18 area. At the same time, Anthony was doing the same thing. How many times did we see Bruno Fernandes doing some last minute defending, pushing the ball out because of the pressure that Arsenal were putting? You actually have to love these things. People might be making fun and might be saying people are just saying too much about this Arsenal team, but you can tell that this team, the way Arteta has set it up, the confidence that this team has, it's just out of this world. They have the Xhaka and the Partey who are doing the dirty work in terms of helping the defense and defending, and they have the creativeness in Odegaard, which is linking up so well with players like Nketiah, Martinelli, and the Saka. especially Saka. I felt like Saka was very vital in this game because Luke Shaw really struggled to stop that young kid. Wamba Saka did amazingly well to stop Martinelli. His side was actually quiet, but they really struggled so much to stop Saka, and that's why the second goal came out so easily. That's why they were able to create so many from that side. And I felt like maybe Arteta delayed the Trossard substitute, because if he had came in a little bit earlier, I think they would have won by 2 or 3 or 4 goals, by 4 or 5 or 6 goals. Not really 6, but by 4 or 5. But you could see how much the United team was struggling to keep hold of him. You could see how much they were struggling to keep hold of him, and people might make a joke after this, but I felt like the Tomiyasu substitute was one of the best tactically substitutes that I've ever seen. Because, of course, I'm not refusing. Ben White is one of the best defenders, now turning up to be one of the best left back defenders there in the Premier League. But they needed somebody who could keep up with Rashford's pace. Somebody who was tall enough to stop the long balls that were being passed to Rashford so that they don't reach Rashford. And okay, of course, Ben White is tall, but he could not keep up to stop the balls from reaching Rashford. But now, talk about the Tomiyasu. He got the speed, he got the height, he stopped every long ball that Christian Eriksen or either Bruno Fernandes tried to create to give to him. Anthony, I know the skill was there, but it was easy for United to stop Anthony from causing havoc. I don't think he did anything that was vital. Bruno Fernandes, irritating as usual. One of the things that a lot of people hate about Bruno Fernandes, he irritates the game that even the Manchester United fans actually hate it, and you can't disagree with that. But I felt like the midfield of Arsenal dealt with it. I feel like people like Partey was really up to par, and they did so well in stopping him. The other thing that I can talk about was Scott McTominay, filling up into this big legs and the big shoes of somebody like Varane. I think that was one of the most craziest things that will ever be done. And I don't want to lie to you, honestly, when we come to check in the way he was playing, the duels he was stopping, I think he did so well. It's actually, the one thing that is really interesting, if I'm a United fan coming out of that game, I will never be disappointed with my team. I will never be disappointed with my team, because every single thing that United had to do, I think they left it in the pitch. Everything that they needed to do, they left it in the pitch. They gave it their all. And the people that I was watching with, my father actually said that the only team that's going to win this game is the team that will score in the last minute. And it turned out to be that way. The only way that they could win this game was the last minute goal, and it was given by Nketiah. He is the hero of the match. 2 score goals, a brace, 1 a free header he was given, and the second one, nice flick in to put the ball back into the 18 area. Something I think if he had done it twice, remember that Zinchenko goal that they kicked that pass in front of him, if he had just put his leg, that is another goal. So you have to be impressed by this Arsenal squad. And I have to tell you the truth, this team is playing like City, at this moment. Odegaard, the boy got some crazy the close marking that he does that confuses a lot of people. There is a way he controls the ball that actually leaves a lot of people asking questions, and that just makes football itself one of the best. I'm telling you, we are really witnessing history of football in this young squad. It's one of the most youngest squad that is making history, and it's gonna take some doing for Pep Guardiola to stop this. He wanted to use Haaland by scoring a hat-trick, tried to put so much pressure in this Arsenal squad. But what did Arteta's boys do? They responded, and they responded in style. And one has to really give so much respect into this team. And also you have to give Manchester United the respect as well. These are the top 2 rising teams right now as we speak. And the other one is just much better than that. And I think it's okay, and they need to be happy about this United, that they're the best in number 2 right now rising. They're even better than Manchester City, and you cannot take that away from them. This was one of the best games I've watched, and I think that just made the week so perfect. That just made the week so perfect. My team drew. We are still working out with a lot of things, Liverpool, and we just watched what a masterclass of football from two footballing gay teams that are playing so well. This is me. I'm putting so much respect into these two teams because I can see football, and both of these teams are playing football. I know that the United football can be a little bit dirty, but it's good football. And you can say that if you want to enjoy football and watch perfection of football, go watch Ateta's boys. They are playing so well, playing like Pep Guardiola. It's one of the best times to actually enjoy football. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Am I just being so reactional? Am I just saying so much things? Or this is exactly what you're seeing? You Arsenal fans, tell me, what are you enjoying? What can you say about this game? Who has been your best player in this game? Saka, give him the flowers. Nketiah, give him the flowers. And Trossard, what an amazing debut, and I think he's gonna do so well. He was only given 9 minutes or even 8, but in those 8 minutes he did some interesting move that left the whole world shocked. Nketiah has to be careful, or I mean Martinelli has to be careful, or you'll be sitting on the bench. Also, I'm impressed by Zinchenko. Partey did so well. The passes, even though they were not reaching there, he did so well. Christian Eriksen trying to do so many things. Vegas. I'm still confused about Vegas. I think it's gonna take some time for me to get his. But in terms of marking, you can tell that he's really vital, is really important to Manchester United. But all in all, there's still a lot of improvement. Lisandro Martinez, that second goal, man, that was amazing. So is Saka's second goal. So amazing. You have to enjoy football. Even Rashford's first goal. So I think this was the game that had it all, and we need to put so much respect into this and actually appreciate football being played at its level best. So this has been the Football Connect, people. I've been your host, Sam, and I think I've given my flowers, given the respect to everyone who deserves it, and I've really covered in both teams. We are watching football at its greatest level. These two teams playing at their highest level, and you have to enjoy football. So I'm out. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm going to come back to talk about what Antonio Conte said. So peace, be blessed. Don't forget to subscribe. Very important. And be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.